So I'm interested in insects since I was young. Orthoptera holds a special place in my heart because when I was young, my parents would bring me around near the neighborhood to collect them, and I kept them as pets. My name is Ming Kai, and I'm a PhD student from the National University of Singapore. As part of my research, I work on Orthoptera, which consists of grasshoppers, crickets, and katydids. I had discovered more than 60 species of orthopterans that is new to science since 2009, of which 30 of them can be found in the forests of Singapore.
What not many people know is that Singapore, as urban as it may seem today, does sit in a biodiversity hotspot if you look at where Singapore is globally. My name is Noel Thomas. I'm a conservation manager with the National Parks Board. I work here on Pulau Ubin, and my work mainly revolves around mammals, reptiles and amphibians. I do quite a bit of bat work on the island, and back in 2014 I discovered a new species for Singapore, the Ashy roundleaf bat.
The first species that I discovered was in 2009. It was a katydid that was found in the Marichy forest. When I first finally realized that it was a new species, it was really exciting because I would have read books when I was young about how people discover species as new. To actually finally discover one by myself is something that is pretty special. In Singapore, no one actually works on orthopterans, especially on the diversity, which makes it special to actually be able to discover species that nobody have actually seen before. Different species play a different role in the ecosystem, and that provide information of how complex the natural environment is. So as a whole group of insects, orthopteran can be used as a bioindicator of the environment. I discovered a katydid from Thailand, so that was my first new species from Thailand, and I named it after my mom. I have also discovered a new genus of katydid from Brunei. Discovering a new genus is much more difficult, so I named it after my wife. Putrotera Huiqing.
Back in 2014, I was actually planning a camera trapping study of the island. And so I was going to different sites where I was going to place camera traps, and I was doing lots of site recce's. Finding these bats came about on one of these recce's where I found a site that was, it looked good for bats. I found it on the first day and explored it a little bit. I didn't find anything and went back the second day, went even deeper. And it was actually on the third day that I went back to this same site and got to really explore the area that I found these colony of Ashy roundleaf bats. Discovering a new species in Singapore is truly significant because Singapore is very small, and so it shows that research gone on in previous years is not like completely conclusive.
Because of our urbanization and our clearing of a lot of our forests, we only have a very small proportion of what we used to have. But at the same time, there are still many species that are living within these small patches of forest, and actually a lot of them, including the orthopterans, have not been worked on and have not been discovered. This leads to the discovery of many new species, not just orthopterans.
More than 400 different species of birds and more than 60 different species of snake can be found in Singapore. So despite us being so small, it does show that we do have that species richness in some groups, and therefore further reinforces the need for biodiversity research in our country.